Hello Stitchy friends, welcome to the Starlight Stitching Co. Flosstube video number 2. Happy Leap Day! It's February 29th, 2024. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda Corbett. I am the creator behind Starlight Stitching Co., where I produce a variety of different project bags for organizing cross-stitch supplies as well as cross-stitch patterns and sewing patterns. Welcome back. If you are returning, I appreciate it so much that you choose to spend some of your day with me seeing what I've been up to the last couple of weeks. So it has been 2 weeks since I've last seen you, and I have not a lot to share. There's not been quite as much stitching. Well, there has been stitching going on, but I can't show you all of it. Anyway, we'll get into it. So I do have quite a few finishes. I've been digging through my finished but not fully finished box and have been pulling them out as the season comes and finishing them all before that season ends so I can add them into my decor. So I have several of those to share with you today. First up, this is Welcome Winter by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I stitched this on a piece of, I think it was white opalescent Aida that I dyed with, I don't remember what color I used, but I dyed it this pale blue and then I dip dyed it this darker blue so you can kind of see it in the background, and then I stitched it with the called for DMC colors. And I just finished it into this cute little long skinny pillow. Added some pom-pom trim and a sparkly little snowflake charm. And here's what the back looks like. So I will make sure to link to this pattern below. It's very cute. I love the snowman. Next, this is in a pattern pack from Emily Call Stitching called Quilted Snowman, and I stitched this on some 18 count opalescent Aida that I RIT dyed with Aquamarine dye. And I just turned this into a simple cute little pillow. I tried sewing in some Lady Dot Creates pom-pom trim. That way you could see this little lacy detail instead of cutting it off. And yeah, it don't look very close because it does not look all that good. That was hard. I probably should have used a zipper foot in hindsight instead of just the regular 1/4 inch sewing machine foot. Maybe that would have helped, but either way, I used some black check fabric that I had from my scraps. And now this little cutie, although not perfectly finished, is still done and ready for me to enjoy in my craft room. The next several finishes are actually my own patterns. I've had them stitched but not fully finished for quite some time. So if you're new around here, I release a free pattern every month. And I started in July of 2023, so last July. And once a month, I've been releasing a seasonal birdhouse pattern. And here's the most recent one. This is the February birdhouse. Lots of fun little details. So many hearts. I love it. This finishing piece is a board that I picked up from Walmart, and then I just added some magnets onto it so I can switch these out. The cross-stitch piece I finished onto a piece of mat board with some scrap fleece. You could also use batting. I just happen to have scraps of fleece laying around from the bags that I make. And then I put this on another piece of mat board with fleece with some scrap fabric and some lace trim, a little sparkly heart button, and some coordinating rickrack. I've tried to finish these all in a similar fashion. Let me see. I'm going to try to go in order. So this is the September Birdhouse. And again, I have magnets on the back so I could just switch it out on the board. So this is a sweet little schoolhouse. My favorite detail in here is that the flagpole is actually a pencil. So cute. Next up is October, a spooky little Halloween house with the cauldron with the green flame and a jack-o'-lantern for your post light. And it's just such a fun little wonky house. Then here is November, a fun little gourd that this birdie has turned into a house with the pretty fall leaves. And here is December. This little birdie has a Christmas tree and a candy cane for a lamppost and ornaments hanging below. And if you look closely, all of the windows and the roof has Christmas lights around it. And Santa on his sleigh up on top, and there's a little jingle bell on here. You might notice that January is not in here. That's because I haven't stitched it yet. It is available as a digitally stitched image on my website, so you can get that pattern and the February pattern for free right now. The rest of them are available for purchase in my shop. So I have them available for free for a month after they're released, and then after that point in time there is a small fee to purchase them. Excuse me. I haven't finished designing the March one yet. It is in progress. It's going to be super cute. But those are my cross stitch finishes. I also have a knitting finish. So I have been knitting along with Tigerlily Designs in her Beanie-along. I'm sorry, there's thread and a dog hair on my sweater. Or dog glitter, as I've heard people call it. There's plenty of that around here. Anyway, I've been knitting along with Tigerlily's Beanie-along, and I finished my hat. I finished it a little bit early, actually. This is my third knit hat, so I was already familiar with how to do the decreases and how to close it off. And I knew that we were supposed to wait, but my fingers were just itching to finish it up and get this project ticked off. And I got it blocked yesterday, and it looks so beautiful. So this is my first time doing the ribbing, and it turned out really good. And thanks to the math on Tigerlily's pattern, I now have a perfectly fitting little beanie, and I just love it. So this is a worsted weight yarn from Arcane Fiberworks in the color Maroon Melody. I had originally bought it for something else, but the color in the photo on the website didn't match the yarn that I received, and it wasn't going to work for the project I wanted it for. So instead of just hanging on to it forever, I decided to use it for the Beanie-along. And Carrie's pattern works perfectly no matter what size yarn or needles or head you have. As long as you do the math, you will end up with a lovely fitting beanie. So now that is done and ready to wear. I don't think it's really going to be cold enough here anytime soon to actually wear it, but it's nice that I'll have that for when I need it. Okay, so on to some cross stitch whips. I mentioned before that I really haven't done a lot of stitching, or what stitching I have done I can't really show you because I'm working on a model. So my first whip is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy, March Quaker. And you can see tomorrow's March 1st, not anywhere near done. Not even close. I put like 5 stitches in this yesterday. I haven't even finished this one large motif. Maybe I can get it done before the end of March at least? I don't know. I haven't made any progress on my Valentine's Day Quaker at all. Oh, the March Quaker by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I am stitching that on a 20 count white Aida, and it fits in this perpetual calendar behind me that is from Paisleys and Polka Dots. I have the February one in there still because it is technically still February. The next WIP I worked on is Snow Magical by Brenda Gervais. This was a stitch along with Nicole Spohr, and I am stitching this on a 40 count linen. I don't recall the color. It's what came in the kit, and I know it's still in the hoop. I know you're not supposed to leave it in the hoop. I'm doing it anyway. But I just have fill in to do. So you probably can't even tell that I've done a whole lot, because I just don't enjoy stitching on 40 count, and sometimes fill-in's boring. I picked it up the other night because I just didn't want to have to think about where I needed to stitch, but that's a lot of snow and a lot of sweater to fill in. But once I get the snow and the sweater filled in, it'll be done and I can finish it, and I've got my finishing piece ready. So I need to just focus on that and get it done. The other piece I've worked on is my Sunday stitch. So you've seen this a lot. It's also my birthday stitch from last year. This is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. Excuse me. And this is where I'm at. So right now I should have brought a board. I am focusing on this section here. So I need to finish these flowers and leaves in the border here and do the chain across to the middle, and then I can continue on the other side with the next set of motifs. So I'm just trying to go one band at a time across the pattern, and I'm using my own color conversion. I shared that on my Instagram, and it's pinned to the top of my profile, and I'm stitching on a 32 count raw silver linen, and it's going to be gigantic and beautiful and gorgeous, and I love it. I had hoped to have that section done by the end of February, but model stitching has gotten in the way. So if you design cross-stitch patterns, you have to get models stitched up so people can want to stitch what you offer. And that's what's taken over my stitching. So I can't share with you all of it, but maybe I can do a little sneak peek. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Scrunching up my fabric. Are you ready? It's going to be fast. A little sneak peek. But I've been working fast and furiously on this. I have to get it done, fully finished, photographed, and everything by April 1st. I love stitching on it. I am super proud of the pattern. I'm very excited for you to see it, but that has taken up a lot of my stitching time lately. I do have some knitting I've been doing. I will have to add a picture in of what this is. So this is the Harvest Cardigan by Tin Can Knits. It is a free knitting pattern, and it is a cardigan. I love cardigans. I'm always cold, so I love to have a cardigan that I can pop on. And here is my progress. So the last time I had shared it with you, all I had done was this section here. So you start off by knitting this strip of garter stitch. just that one strip of garter stitch. And then that is the collar that goes around your neck. And then you, what's it called? You pick up stitches around the edge of it and continue knitting. So I had had that garter stitch band done for quite some time, but was terrified of the picking up stitches part. There's lots of learning that is going on while I'm knitting this up. And this last Sunday, I finally decided I was going to sit down and I was going to figure it out. I was going to go watch YouTube and learn how to do it. And I did it once, didn't like how it looked, pulled it back out, tried again, pulled some of that back out, tried again, and third time was the charm. And then I've been happily knitting away since. So everything from here up has been knit since this past Sunday, so less than a week. And I had to get some longer knitting needles so you could see it, but this is the part that goes around the collar and the tops of the shoulders. The yarn is a worsted weight yarn from Bad Sheep yarn. I think that's what it is. I remembered it earlier before the video. Oh my goodness. Now I don't remember it. I'll add it across the bottom of the video. I'm pretty sure it's Bad Sheep yarn, and it's in the color Wild Blueberry. So beautiful blues and purples with some little speckles of green here and there, like a lime green. I don't know, I just love those pops of green. So pretty. I'm really looking forward to having it done, and I have just been enjoying knitting on it. Let me stuff this back into my project bag. I think I'm going to need a bigger knitting bag for this sweater than this little bitty thing. It's starting to get a little tight. Okay, that covers all of my whips. I do have a little bit of haul. I guess it's actually kind of a lot of haul. Spun Sugar Quilts on Etsy. I ordered some linen and Aida from them. I was trying to find some fabric for a pattern I have in mind, something that'll be pretty special, and I needed some neutral fabrics to look at to decide what I wanted to use. So here is what I ordered. First up is a Picture This Plus Ancient linen in 36 count. And here's what that looks like. It's definitely more orange and darker than I expected. I think this will work nicely for like a fall or autumn piece, but it's not what I had in mind for the chart I wanted it for. Next is Fiber on a Whim Cream and Sugar. This is an 18 count Aida. So I was hoping to find a 20 count Aida. This is very white and cream colored. I know the lighting is kind of blowing it out, like up here closer to this hand is a little more accurate coloring. This one might work for what I had in mind. I also picked up a 20 count Affogato Aida from Fiber on a Whim. And this is lovely. It's definitely a little more green than what it's showing up as. Yeah, it's a little more green than what it's showing up as, but still a beautiful piece of fabric. I've seen a lot of charts stitched on this in the last year or so. I also have a 20 count Milk and Honey from Fiber on a Whim. 20 count Aida. Very nice. I think that's showing up pretty accurate. maybe just a little bit brighter. So these are all neutrals, like creamy colors. Next is a 36 count Mad Hatter's Tea by Dames of the Needle. So this is a linen. Whew, dropping it all over the place. And this has definitely got a yellowy and white modeling. Beautiful fabric. So I don't know which I'll end up using for that pattern. I haven't even technically started designing the pattern. I'm just noodling it around in my head and in sketches. But I'm excited to see what it'll look like. I think it's going to be great. Okay, so we've talked about finishes. We've talked about whips. We've talked about knitting. I do have a quick shop update, but I have to grab those, so give me just a moment. Okay, I've got it now and I'm ready to go. So tomorrow is March 1st. That means I have a shop release at 1 p.m. on my website, which is in the description box below. The first item that will be available words is this Sketching Flowers cross stitch clutch. So the clutch has the vinyl pocket in the front with another hidden pocket here. You open it up with the snaps, and inside is a large thread bed with a piece of felt to hold extra needles. And it comes with this cute little flower and pearl charm. There's the back. Next up is an Anne of Green Gables cross stitch handbag. Getting the glare. I found a new supplier for my vinyl and it's absolutely gorgeous. Crystal clear, beautiful, shiny, but it also acts like a mirror. So anyway, this is the Anne of Green Gables cross stitch handbag. There's the large vinyl pocket on the front. It has this beautiful heart charm. Here is the back. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. On the inside is large thread bed with the felt and a ribbon loop that you can hook a floss ring or a like scissors to. On this side over here you have a large vinyl pocket with a smaller hidden pocket. Perfect place to keep your scissors from getting tangled with your floss. And then both of these sides have pockets behind them as well. I really like this handbag style because I can store several projects in it at once. And they're just a great size. So these work with your 5.5 by 8.5 inch patterns. And I have 6 of those available. Next up is a Gingham Gardens cross stitch handbag. So same thing, just different fabrics. This has a sweet little leaf charm. And the binding and inside fabric is actually, what is it? Priscilla's Pretty Plaids and Chelsea's Checks in the green color, paired with a beautiful floral fabric. So same thing on the inside. And I have 3 of these available, just 3. Next up is the Honeybee Garden cross stitch handbag. It has a sweet little bee charm. There's the back. And here's the inside. Super fun, perfect for all of those bee themed charts. Next up, I have 2 options for the cross stitch totes. Oh, I'm sorry, the Honeybee Gardens, I have 7 of those available. And the next is another tote, or a tote in the Anne of Green Gables fabric. I am calling this one Lavender Florals Cross Stitch Tote, just so I don't get them confused with the Anne of Green Gables handbag. So the cross stitch totes are perfect for your 8.5 inch by 11 inch patterns and have some of the same features as the cross stitch handbags. So we have the large vinyl pocket on the front. Here's the back, single snap closure, thread bed, felt and ribbon loop, a small vinyl pocket with the separate hidden pocket, large vinyl pocket, and pockets behind both sides. There are 7 of these available. And then the next one is like a fun aqua abstract flowers cross stitch tote. I think I called this an abstract aqua cross stitch tote. Yeah, that's what it was. Oops, whoops, my pile is falling. So here we have a sweet little charm. Here's the back. And that's what the inside looks like. It has this beautiful large floral print on the inside. And I'll have 3 of these available. So all of those will be going live on the website March 1st at 1 p.m. Central Time. Okay, that takes care of the shop update. So now there's just plans, right? I'm going to keep stitching on my model stitch. I need to get that done. I also need to finish up the March Birdhouse pattern and get that released for you. Maybe get my March Quaker done. Who knows? But I have seen a couple of people sharing on Instagram that they are doing a leap day start since today is leap day, and I think I'm going to join in. I've had this kitted up for a while. This is the hands-on design Let's Talk Stitching. And I am going to stitch this with all of the called for DMC, which is a lot, on some, I think this is 18 count navy Aida. So that's what I'll use. I think those colors will look really nice on there and pop. I probably won't get very far on it today because I've got other things I need to be working on, but I will make an official start just to say I have something started. And if you're a returning viewer, you know I have set up a little button system where I finish 2 of my whips before I can start one whip. I've had 2 buttons sitting in my New Start piggy bank for a while and haven't actually started anything. So I think I'm going to use that and start this pattern. And this is in a patchwork project bag that I made for myself. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful and it holds a project nicely. Okay, I think that's all I have to share with you today, so it's a little bit of a shorter video. I know Nashville Needlework Market is going on this weekend, which seems so exciting to see all the photos and videos that everyone has been sharing and will continue to share. Thank you for stopping by and spending a little bit of your time with me today. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, or you can always email me at the email address listed in the description box below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can be notified when my next video comes out. Thank you for watching. Bye.